Buongiorno. So, alright, peeps, we have something a little bit different today. I've had a few people ask me how I record my Gamecube gameplay. This isn't anything brand new or anything, there's a lot of videos on this already. But as people have been asking me, I thought, you know, why not? Quick, simple video. Hopefully, in layman's terms, you know, I'm not a tech whiz by any means. I just sort of a bit of trial and error and figure things out eventually. But it pretty much, unless you've got a high-end laptop computer or something you can screen record, then this is my alternative. It's the Avermedia2plus. I've got the 4K pass-through just so when I do PS4 recordings and everything I can still play my games in 4K. But obviously for this there'll be no 4K pass-through whatsoever as we're doing it for the Gamecube. And what you need one of those. You need a power cable, aka transfer cable, which will go into the laptop. 2 HDMI cables, length doesn't matter. I've got a short one and a long one, you know, depends what she's in the mood for. And then I've got the composite cable for the Gamecube and this little box. So there's a few different versions of these sort of things. Well, there's a lot of different versions of these, but you know, these are ones that are around £10. These are just basically the converter, so I can plug the Gamecube into an HD TV. Like I said, this one's about £10. I've seen them, you know, like the proper, you know, really good high-end ones go up to about £100. I haven't tried one of them out, so I can't do a comparison on whether it's worth the extra £90 to get one of those or if these, you know, do the job. But this works fine. You know, it gets it to the HD TV and it lets me record and it's all playable. I will now go on and show you exactly how I set it up. So these all need a external, you know, sort of their own power supply. So I've got mine already plugged in over there just via USB. So obviously that plugs in there. And then we'll take the composite cable for the Gamecube and we'll just plug that in the back there. Which then, this is obviously fairly straightforward, match up the colours. Yellow being the video, red and white being the sound. So as long as you've got the yellow one in there, you'll have a picture. I'm going to grab the Avermedia, which has a few different settings on the front to help you record without needing the PC. Which we'll go through in a moment once we've got it fully set up. So first things first, we will plug this HDMI cable into the other end, into the output. And then this will go onto the input. So output to input on the Avermedia. And then the other HDMI cable will take the signal to the TV. I can just get around here, I'll plug that in, and feed that through there, keep it as neat as possible. All right, and then that goes into the output. And then what we will be doing, so that basically is your basic setup. This, like I said, is its power cable. So we'll plug that in. And the good thing with this as well is you don't need to take the SD card out. It's an SD card reader as well, so you can just leave it in there and then you just switch a switch and it all appears on your laptop. So that's all in there. What we've got, if you have it to your far left, then this will be your pass-through where you can put another HDMI and it goes into your laptop. Obviously you'd need a slightly different setup to this. But then that's so you can do your live streaming and everything. It's a little bit tricky with the Gamecube, but there's ways around it, but we're not here for that today. So what we'll do, then the middle one, when it's in the middle setting, that's your record. So obviously what we're gonna get now is it's gonna go red. If it goes solid red, it means something's not right. In this case, it's a simple fix. We just haven't switched on the Gamecube. Once we switch on the power, it'll register it's all turned on. Hopefully, as we're doing this, hopefully with no edits. Right, there we go. So now we've got a blue light. So as you can see, we've wired it up correctly because we've got F0 loading up and it's going to be showing on the TV. So far we've got everything in the right place. Like I said, it's on the middle setting, and if you've got a solid blue light, you're ready to record. If it's a solid red light, there's something wrong. And then what you do, it's very simple. We'll just get to something a little bit more exciting. We'll get to the intro and then you just press the button on top and hopefully, there we go. So we've got a pulsating red light. We are now recording the Gamecube. It's that simple. And then as long as that's pulsing red, you're getting a recording. If you turn off the console or you unplug an HDMI, then it will go to a solid red and it'll let you know there's an error. just got to remember to press that button. There's a lot of times I do gameplay footage and I look and I realise I haven't pressed the button and it's still blue. So, you know, don't make my mistakes. So that's exactly it. There we go, we are currently recording. So now I will press the button again and it should, after a second, go blue. Recording saved. That is now saved. I've got 128 gig SD card in there. And I've been filling it up like crazy. Like I haven't even got to the max, and I've been doing hours and hours of video. So it's not compressed. Like it does give. If you record in 1080p, it will give you your it will give you your video in 1080p. So the quality is really good. Obviously, this is by no means going to be 1080p. And then what happens is on the front, like I said, you've got the third option, which if you put it to your far right, this should start flashing again. It's going to turn off the TV because it's cancelled the pass-through. And then we've got a solid red light, which in a second, let's come back up, just show that I don't know what I'm on about. There we go, we've now got a blue light. If we switch over to the laptop, you'll see that the file has come up straight away. It's registered it. Obviously there's a little bit of setup on the actual laptop when you get the device. It's very simple, you just go onto the website, you download their Avermedia software, and then and you have to have this on the pass-through, you have to have this on the far left setting to be able for it to register on there the first time. And then if there's any updates required, it will tell you, and it's all in the same thing. You don't have to go to different websites or anything. You just download the software for it, and it's all right there. And then this has come up. So obviously we've done a video. There's someone here already. And if we double click this, obviously it's got timestamps so we know when we've done this. And there we go. We now have a recording of the intro of F-Zero GX, sorry, F-Zero GX. I don't know if I've been saying F-Zero X. And you can see, it's not the worst recording. It looks better on the recording than it does on the TV. Like I said, this Avermedia does not record what's on the TV, it records what's coming from the console. So as long as your console is, a decent, looking good, then that's what you'll get as a recording. And as you can see, there's no problems whatsoever. Anyway, we'll stop the video. Well, it's just about to stop anyway. And then that's it. Then you've got the file to do what you want with. It saves it in a movie file. If I transfer it to my phone, I've got a Galaxy, I've got a Note 10 Plus. It will take it across as a movie file. I then put it through a converter to make it to an MP4, so then I can put it through all my different apps. I use KineMaster. That's the one I use on the mobile at the moment. Big fan of that. This whole setup will be changing. We've got a few upgrades coming, which will be nice. So then hopefully I will be cutting a couple of these processes out. And then I will say I'm going to do a similar video with the PlayStation 3. So doing PlayStation 4, that's an easy setup. You just have to turn off the HDCP option off. And as long as you do that, then basically it makes it so you can record your gameplay through the Avermedia. It will then, if you do turn off that option, it'll stop you using Netflix and everything like that. There's ways around that, which is something we have to do with the PlayStation 3 because you can't turn that option off. So you have to get another box that looks like this. Basically it's a splitter. That one took me a lot of trial and error, and it seemed to be, if I put the cables in a certain order I could get it working. If I put it in a different order then it would stop working, and it was a little bit temperamental. And then I seem to have come across how if I do it this particular way, it then works every time and I have no trouble. And obviously if your light's not blue or a pulsating red, if it's just a solid red, then it's not working. But yeah, the splitter I got, again, the splitter I bought was, I think, $12.99. It's a solid metal one. This is plastic, but it's a solid metal splitter. Comes with the power cable, and that worked really well. So I'll do a separate video with that. It's a very similar setup, but it's just a little bit trickier than all the other consoles. I haven't got an Xbox, so I haven't tested that. But I've done all the, Super Nintendo, SNES, anything that can use a composite cable as well. I've got another converter for the NES. And then I've done the PS3, so they're all working. It's just like I said, a bit of trial and error. Hopefully this video will at least show you one console, a Gamecube that has something a little bit different, and it means that you don't have to have a supercomputer to be able to record any console of gameplay. That's why I love this. That's why I've got this particular capture card, because I haven't got the powerful laptop. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Hopefully this made sense. And if it helped, or if you know anyone that's after the same sort of got the same sort of issue, send them the video. Thumbs up would be great. And yeah, we'll get back to some gameplay. Cheers, popping in.